Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while since I've been on, been really busy with school, but I'm here to bring you my predictions for UFC. I believe it's 84. Let me check. Yes, 84. Ill Will. Um, some really good fights on here. I think the undercards are way better than the main event, but then again, the main event's extremely important overall. So let's just get into it. Starting off, Terry Edom versus Rich No Love Clemente. Rich Clemente replacing, can't remember who he's replacing now. I'm gonna have to look that up, but he's replacing somebody. He's fought just on the last card. He's gonna fight again. I don't think he's been injured. He even said he wasn't injured going into any of the fights. He's in impeccable shape. He's only gonna get in better shape, and he's going up against Terry Edom, who's another great 155er. But I think Rich Clemente has this one. He's going to be bigger than Terry Edom. He's going to be way more experienced, and I just think Terry Edom needs to get a little bit more grit and grime under his nails before he takes it. I think Rich Clemente, if he finishes it, it's going to be in the second round, probably via a tap out, probably by a rear naked choke. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to unanimous decision though. But yeah, Rich Clemente should easily take this one. Next one, John the War Machine Copenhaver versus Yoshiyuki Yoshida. Yoshiyuki is a really great guy, actually. He's Japanese. He's been fighting, I believe he's been fighting in Shuto. Going up against War Machine, who's famous through... Oh no, I was wrong. Well, he fought in Shudo for a while. GCM, sorry. But Copenhaver, of course, is famous for tough. I mean, this is probably a really good fight to put money on, mainly because nobody knows who Yoshiyuki Yoshida is, and people know who War Machine is. They've seen him around, and he has that great war that he had with Jared Rollins. I say Yoshiyuki Yoshida wins by TKO in the second round. He's probably going to rock War Machine, and War Machine's either going to get tired and not defend, or just going to get rocked and put on his butt, and Yoshiyuki's going to finish him off via strikes on the ground. Next fight, Thiago Silva versus Antonio Melendez. Thiago Silva seems to be the guy they're building up. A great kickboxer, decent enough ground game to keep the fight going no matter what. He's going up against Antonio Mendez. Antonio Mendez is no joke, but I think they're feeding him to Thiago Silva. I think Thiago Silva should take this. I'm going to say KO in the third, but it's going to be a dominating performance for Thiago Silva. Yeah, TKO in the third or KO in the third. Probably on strikes with finish him up on the ground. Yeah, it's probably gonna be UD, but I'll go TKO in the third. Next, Christian the Hungarian Nightmare Wellish versus Shane Carwin. Shane Carwin making his UFC debut. He's 8-0. He's a submission fighter with a little bit of with a little bit of ground and pound, going up against Christian Wellish. Both guys are, they're at that point in their career that if Shane Carwin could be on the point of explosion and moving on, and Christian Wellish is in a no lose situation. If he wins, or actually he's in a no win situation. Either he wins and he continues to be a feeder in the UFC, or he loses and he probably gets booted from the UFC. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I got Shane Carwin tap out in the second round, probably via, let's say via rear naked choke. Let me see what his style, or what his submission of choice is first. I'm sorry, I haven't really strikes and guillotine, so he's a ground and pounder. Yeah, I still say rear naked choke. Rear naked choke. In the second round. I haven't really researched this as much as I should. I've been really busy with school, so I apologize. But moving on to Sokoju, Remy Tiari Sokoju. People just call him Soko or Sokoju, going up against Kazuhiro Nakamura. Nakamura is just too small as a light heavyweight. He needs to be a middleweight at best. He might even be able to make it down to 170, but at least he needs to be a middleweight. Going up against Sokoju. I got to give Nakamura credit. He's seriously a He's a game opponent. I mean, every one of his fights, he's always been game. Even when it went up against Josh Barnett, he was a game fighter, and he gave Josh Barnett some issues. But in the end, size does matter, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's so much bigger than you. Sokaju, unanimous decision. It's going to be a boring fight, but it's going to be an easy fight for Sokaju. Well, I don't want to say easy because no fight with Nakamura is easy, but I say Sokaju wins it pretty dominantly. Next, Dong Hyun Kim versus Jason Tan. Jason Tan, I think he's fought one time in the UFC. That was against Marcus Davis, and he got knocked out in the first round. He's got good kicks. I got to give him good credit. He was giving Marcus Davis a little bit of problems in that first minute of that fight with his kicks. Going up against Dong Hyun Kim, who packs so much power in his hands, it's ridiculous. He's got dynamite. He's got bricks in his gloves, to be honest, and I don't see it going past the first round. It's going to be a lot like the Marcus Davis fight where Jason Tan is just going to get put to sleep. Dong Hyun Kim, he's going to be a guy to look out for in the UFC. He's going to be a guy to bet your money on. Maybe not against Jason Tan, because Jason Tan, nobody really knows him. He's only had one other fight, I believe, in the UFC. But if you can get somebody stupid enough to to bet against Dong Hyun Kim, take their money. Next fight, Ivan the Birdman Salivary versus Rasumar Palaris. Rasumar is a great jiu-jitsu fighter, great grappler, going up against Ivan Salivary. Ivan has proven time and time again that wrestlers are his kryptonite. He always has trouble against wrestlers, but he destroys grapplers. He is always extremely efficient against grapplers. I see him taking this to a unanimous decision. I see him winning it via UD. Next up, Goran Reljek versus Wilson Govea. I think Reljek is I'm pretty sure he's a judoka. I'm almost positive he's a judoka. He's a submission fighter nonetheless. Going up against one of the best grapplers. Oh, he's a Gracie Barra. Sorry, he's a Gracie Barra jiu-jitsu guy. But nevertheless, he's going up against one of the premier grapplers of the division, one of the biggest up-and-comers. You know, great grappling, great kickboxing. I mean, his gas tank's not that great, but I don't see it going past the second round. Tap out Wilson Govea probably after he rocks Goran Reljek. He rocks him, he puts him out on the ground, he finishes him with... It might be finished via strikes. I don't think it'll be a tap out due to strikes. It's probably going to be armbar or guillotine maybe. Next up, Keith, the Dean of Mean Jardine versus Vanderlei, the Axe Murderer Silva. This is actually a very, very important fight. Now, you're going to find people that are crazy that think they know something about mixed martial arts, and they're going to fall into the trap that MMA math works. The way that Keith Jardine defeated Chuck Liddell, he's going to beat Vanderlei Silva the same way. It's not going to happen. Keith Jardine has proved time and time again he has trouble with guys who bring the fight to him and that come as game opponents. He had trouble with Rashad on The Ultimate Fighter. He had trouble with Stephan Bonner, which, I mean, a lot of people think he won that match, me being one of them, but he still had trouble with them. And he's had trouble with Houston Alexander when they brought the fight to him. If anything, Vanderlei has proven that he has great recovery time. He's got... killer hands, a killer clinch. He's extremely aggressive. He's strong. He's a bad, bad man. And I think Keith Jardine's gonna get hurt in this fight. I think Vanderlei, they're gonna be kind of timid at the first round, but sooner or later, the Vanderlei Silva that everybody knows and loves is gonna return, and he's gonna open up on Jardine. He's gonna hurt Jardine one time, and he's just gonna start saying, "Okay, let's fight." So, Vanderlei Silva via second round TKO. I'm running out of time here. Lyoto Machida versus Tito Ortiz. Tito, he's going to be coming into this fight. I don't think he's going to be coming in peak position. I don't think his heart is in the game anymore. And Lyoto Machida, we haven't seen a point of his dominance yet. I mean, a point of his potential yet. A peak to his potential, I should say. So, Lyoto, unanimous decision. Pretty dominating position as well. Shit. Last but not least, Sean Shirk versus BJ Penn. Shirk, if it goes past the third round, Shirk probably has a good chance. But I think BJ Penn, third round, tap out, probably an armbar. If BJ wins, this is definitely going to put him at the #1 lightweight in the world. But up until then, it's still either going to be Gomi. If JC had won, it would have been him. But yeah, if he beats him, he's the #1 lightweight in the world. I don't care what his fans say. He's not right now.